Hello, welcome back. Missed you guys. But surprise, this is an actual video about makeup. I know, I'm surprised too. No, it ain't gonna be about techniques. It's gonna be about why I started this channel. And when I started this channel, it was in hopes of helping people with makeup and life and other stuff. But I would meet women, whether they were 16, 60, they'd always comment about my makeup and wondering how I do it. But a lot of them had no clue where to start anymore, especially if they were new, like, a kid, a teenager, or somebody that hasn't worn makeup in a while. So I figured my first video would be about essentially grocery shopping for makeup. I'm not going to show you any products. I'm not going to have any techniques in this video. It's essentially going to be a list of things you will for sure need and some things you will for sure probably not need. And there's some things that are questionable because the debate's out on it yet. But let's get started with this video. First one is face wash, makeup remover. You do not need to spend a lot of money on this stuff. Neutrogena makes some wonderful face washes and makeup removers. For the price of them, I recommend them. They will pretty much remove 99% of my makeup. There's a few things, like it won't touch my eyeliner or mascara because those are both waterproof. But I have other stuff that will touch that stuff. And even Neutrogena makes stuff that will touch that. But like the Neutrogena face wash and makeup removers generally don't, but they do have, what is it? Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover. Yeah, I have a bottle of it sitting right here. That works wonderful for removing your eyeliner. Any of that other lovely stuff around your eye. Great. And it's cheap. You don't need to spend a lot of money on makeup remover. Sorry, you just don't. Next would be brushes. This is going to be a hot topic. Do you need to spend good money on brushes? Do you want to probably spend good money on brushes? But don't. The most expensive brushes I have are like $50. And those are far and few in between. Most of mine come from Target or Ulta, under the Ulta brand. The Target ones I think are Sonia Kashuk. I'm probably butchered that last name, but even some Morphe brushes, which are cheaper, there's no need to buy a $50 eyeshadow brush. There's no reason. But I will say, buy what you can afford if you want to, but realistically with anything in this video, you don't need to go and buy the expensive stuff. There is a disclaimer there. There's a disclaimer. Foundation is something you probably should spend some money on, but we will talk about that in a later video about foundation. And that brings me to my next thing. Foundation. This is something that is very personal to person to person. I personally like liquid. There's powder foundation that you apply with a brush. Well, you apply liquid with a brush too, but powder is a little different. You need a big brush to apply that. But whenever you are buying foundation, go to a place like Sephora or Ulta. Let them color match you, and here's why I tell you to go there. Actually, I recommend going to, especially with makeup, going to Target, not Target. Any place that you can return makeup. in case you don't like it, it doesn't work for you. You can have a chemical reaction, whatever. But going to a place where they have testers, you can get recommendations, talk to people about what type your skin is. I recommend that way much more than just going to Target or Walgreens or Walmart and just looking at the wall of foundation and going, oop, this will work, and then not being able to return it. You got 60 days at Ulta and Sephora for sure to return any makeup products. So go there and get the help you can. This one, the next product, is kind of something that some people say you need, some don't. Primers. You could literally write I've literally seen posts thousands of pages long about primers. Do they work? Do they not? Is it a placebo effect? Maybe. For me, I have a couple different primers sitting here. It depends on my skin. Does it help the product stay any longer? I feel like it does, but I don't know. And what you don't know about, what I mean by primers is there's a eyeshadow primer. You can generally use concealer for that. You don't have to buy special eyeshadow primer. But yeah, and then there's actual like foundation primers that by e.l.f., NYX. Pretty much everybody has a foundation primer for the most part. I will say it again, buy this from a place that you can return it in case it doesn't work with your makeup, because I have some primer that doesn't work with one type of foundation I have, and then some will. So just always make sure you can return whatever you can't use, please. Otherwise it'll get expensive. Next is eyes stuff. Eyeshadows. Don't buy the big palettes of eyeshadow right away. I know it's tempting to buy the big, like the big Morphes. Here, I'll show you. The big Morphe ones like this. I love Morphe, but I can guarantee you if I opened it up, I've probably only used, it looks like, about 6 of the 24 colors in here. You will find out as you get more with makeup that you like certain colors. I prefer to buy something like this size now. It's a 6 color. I still only use about half of it. But once you get to the point where you know you use the same 6, maybe 8 colors, you can go to places like Sephora, Ulta, and you can buy separate colors. Like this is like a bronzy color. This is my black, as you can tell. I use a heck of it, a lot of it. This is just like some nude from MAC. I will say this too. NYX and e.l.f. make some really nice eyeshadow. Not super expensive, but the colors are so good. They blend well. The problem with a lot of cheaper stuff is it does not blend well, or the colors don't look as pigmented. But again, there's no reason to spend $60 on an eyeshadow palette. No. This is like 12 bucks. This is like 12 bucks at Target, Walmart, whatever. Buy it. My Morphe stuff's like 15, 20. It all depends on what you like. And since we're still on the eyes, mascara and eyeliners. I don't have I have a preference on eyeliners just because I find it a lot easier for me to use a gel eyeliner, which is just a little pot like this, and it looks like that. And then you take a little pointed brush. It's called a pointed eyeliner brush. I don't know if it's going to focus on it like that. You essentially use it like paint, draw on your eyes. I can also have it in a stick form. This is from Tarte. What is this one called? Sex Kitten Gel Eyeliner. Has a little smudger on it, and a little thing that comes up. I don't know if it's going to focus. It ain't going to focus. But those are the only ways that work for me. I've tried the pencils, I've tried the pens, I've tried the liquids. It never works good for me. I am more precise and more accurate with the little brush. But don't be afraid to experiment with what you like. I just got used to the pens, the gel and the brush. So it works for me. Blush. Again, personal choice. You don't need to buy something that's name brand. Just something that you think looks good on you. But like with the eyeshadow, the cheaper, sometimes it's not as pigmented, it doesn't blend as well. And that can be a problem. I will, like I said, I'll go over tips once I get to the technique videos on how to do stuff, blend it out, and tips and tricks. Got the foundation. If you're pasty white like me, bronzers, highlights. I use them a lot, as you can tell. Let's see here, open this one up. I've pretty much killed this pan. I can't find this color anymore though, so yay! This one, I think that one was around $12, something like that. It's Essie. This one's Too Faced. It was around $60. I've had this since the spring. I like this one. It is so much easier to blend with. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It smells like chocolate too. If that matters. Do we talk brushes? Yes. Setting sprays. Again, whatever setting sprays and setting powders. I have read a million things saying if you use one of these setting powder, you don't need one of these. This is a Morphe setting spray. I think that depends on, to me personally, that depends on what your foundation is like, what your skin is like. This will lock it in for all day, for the most part. This will help even lock it in more. This is the Morphe Continuous Prep and Set Mist. I know you can find this at Ulta and on Morphe's website. I don't know where else you could find this. And I'm not going to touch lipsticks, lip glosses a whole lot. Wear what you like. I'm not a big lipstick or lip gloss person. This is the only lipstick I wear. Is this Too Faced? Yeah, Too Faced Lip Injection. And it's like a really crimson red. Looks great when I'm all done up, like for a night out, which doesn't happen a whole lot. So I've had this for a year and I've probably worn it 4 times. That's about all I've worn for makeup. Eyebrows. Again, like with the eyeliner, there's various forms of doing it. I like powders and a little brush like this. One's angled on one side, and then it has a little spoolie. But I will talk more about, again, just like with the eyeliner, I like powders because I can control the color, I can control the pressure, and that makes, and it's just easier for me. I learned to use a brush, powder, it was fine. Mascara, I literally just buy whatever's the cheapest that's waterproof. For the most part, it's L'Oreal. And you can find that at any place. It works good enough for me. I usually don't have an issue once it's dried with it transferring over. But I will go into discussion more about like brushes, foundations. Everything I kind of threw at you is kind of a good starter video. Watch it over again if you want to. But once I get into techniques, like I'm shooting, about like foundation, I will talk more about like the brushes that are associated with that, or the primers, the powders, that type of stuff. You know, as I go for you guys, I will go into more depth and detail. What you will not need. Oh, you will also need cotton balls. Cotton balls, cotton swabs, something like that to remove around your eyes, anything like that. What you will not need is all going to be dependent on you. And your budget. You can get, like I said, if you're darker, you probably don't need a bronzer or a highlighter, contour. You probably don't need that. I don't wear lipstick, so I don't ever buy lipstick. Yeah, I should cover everything. Sorry if this is kind of a cluster fuck, but I promise you, there's going to be more content coming. Way more content coming that's going to be directed at makeup and helping you guys. I'm actually shooting more videos after this one. Well, actually tonight I'm going to bed because it's 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go to bed soon. But I will shoot more. I love you guys. More content is coming, I promise. It isn't going to be about my mental health. And like and subscribe. If you have any questions or any other things you think I should add or that should be included, put it in the comments. Until I see you again later.